Hello, guys, and welcome back. We are going to be getting into our first game. Seems like we did a mistake there onto the lobby side, and there you go. That's a lot better. So no worries about that, and we are going to be getting straight into our second round of action. This time it will be ZVZ, and it will be Peppy versus Neutrals. Australia versus Malaysia yet again. How do I change server? What's going on with that one? It's in the options. Has become leader. Want me to host? Yeah, Peppy can be the one hosting that. So we're just trying to figure out how we're gonna be fixing things up for the next upcoming game. And we have gotten our map pool so far. We should be good to go. Still AG though, so that's a little bit mistake. Okay, no worries about that. Maybe I should host. You guys want me to host? How do we do it? Maybe I can host. But okay, what's going on? Okay, I think we're good. Yes, there we go. We are now good to go. So sorry about that. Just looking to iron out the kinks and make sure that we can actually get into our game with proper regions under our selection. So to start things off, we are going to be going into Everdream LE as per usual. Okay, to leave the party. I think we can invite him to this thing. So what's going on? Okay, no worries. Eternal Empire for the second, and then Pillars of Gold for the third one instead. Please don't leave me. Hello. Okay, don't worry, guys. So it seems like we're gonna be going for a standard old lobby instead to make it simple, because we are just trying to figure out how to fix things up on the server side. But looking at a map pool like this, it's pretty standard so far. You got Evertream, which everyone loves to play. It's something that everyone has gotten accustomed to. You got Eternal Empire, which has been in the map pool for so long already. And finally, Tarante's off. Pillars of Gold gonna be interesting. It's a macro-based map, and we'll see if that's gonna be flying in any kind of form. Golden Wall, Submarine, Death Aura, as well as Ice and Chrome, all bans out for this one. So in any case, as we are waiting for our first match again, it seems like we are going to be just waiting to get into our lobby. There you go. We are good to go. ZVZ action coming our way. And, it's okay. Nah. So we can start. It's okay. Team 2 instead. It's okay. No worries, guys. It's not the biggest deal. We can just make it happen. We can have the game heart on game number 2. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, let's make it easy. Make it simple. And yep. No worries there. I guess everything is a-okay. We're just making sure our players are good to go. But as we were saying, ZVZ is going to be pretty interesting as well. So Neutrals a while ago, winning out in style. Pool first, winning out with Troches, and winning out with a surprise attack from the side of Golden Wall you would least expect. Baiting his opponent out, basically saying, oh, I'm going to go for the gold, and I'm not actually going to be getting the minerals there. I'm going to be using that for Zerglings instead. But this time, though, we'll see if this is going to be a real test here for Neutrals against Peppy. But we are going to be getting into this game, getting into this match, and getting into Everdream LE to start things off. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go again. This is going to be our second match of the day, and it has been a quick and easy start to our morning with Cheese Fiesta from that first round matchup. But introducing first, the man who won out twice in a row, and seems like he's feeling it still, and gonna be going at it again. It is gonna be our green Zerg here on the top right. Neutrals. As we said before, for Mr. Neutrals has always been a stalwart in the SEA scene. Not really just only playing, but he's been helping out players here and there, connecting them to the wider community. And you see him in so many of the different tournaments. You got the Platypuses, you got your Aldice and all the like. And wherever there is competition for StarCraft 2, in SCA, Neutrals is there to lend a helping hand and lending his own fight, his own flavor on that Zerg to just come up the ranks. But on the other side, his opponent is also one who is coming up the ramps, and he is one amazing Zerg player in his own right. It is going to be our blue Zerg here, good to go. Peppy. So Peppy, on the other hand, getting the buy there, and he already has his pool first up and running as well. So the Zerglings are coming the way of neutral here. For Peppy, though, he has been part of Legacy Esports for around almost 3 years already, and has really been parts of the, well, AU scene for quite a while, truly. Playing in things like the WCS qualifiers all the way back 2016, 2017 OSC championships as well. And Peppy is one man that you can always watch out for in the AU region because he's within that top 10, if I remember correctly. Also participating in the 8 Oscraft all the way at the start of the year. But Neutrals right now gonna basically be hampered trying to get this hatchery into play. Peppy is ready to go. These Lings are just munching as much as possible. And seems like Neutrals gonna be going for the pull instead. Interesting antics here from Neutrals. He's using the drone side now to stay in front, and he has his own Lings now to try and mitigate a little bit more there. So even though Peppy going for a mass number of Lings, that does buy him some time, allow him to drone on up in behind, and it is now gonna be Peppy in the lead on those works with Neutrals. In the meantime, gonna be reinforcing his lines. Interesting enough, it's a spine crawler here for Peppy, expecting counter-attack so far. So this is the first stage of ZVZ. Ling versus Ling, and gonna be looking to see these little critters go for the munch as much as possible. Overlords though littering the battlefield already to get that vision in the first place. And Neutral's gonna be sticking on around to make sure that he can actually get into the front lines here. Here comes his mass of Lings going for the run on in this time. Metabolic boost is up and running. Peppy though has already blockaded with the Queens. And a really good play here from Peppy so far. It's gonna be extra DPS with the Spine Crawler into play. Neutrals has the back on out. This has to be a time where Neutrals has to be very, very careful. He knows he is on the back foot. He's going to be munching onto the hatchery instead. And this is going to be Peppy right now taking his time to move in with the Spine Crawler as well. These Queens, though, a lot of them in position. There we go, to surround onto the Spine. But will it be enough? Neutrals are deciding, no, it's way too risky. Backing on out. In terms of macro, Neutrals has a lot to work with coming into this one. Overall, Peppy with a great initial attack and an even better defense here. Here we go again though with transfusions abound, and that entry being used to go for the HP right there. Neutral's really slamming his head against a hard wall right now, and it seems like he's able to infiltrate though into the main base instead. And here we go right now onto the mineral line, getting the munches on here and there. Unfortunately, though, I don't think this is enough Zerglings to really get some good damage on. So instead, he's going to be going for the brawl, going for a few of those Lings. And it's a little bit of a trap there from Peppy that works out for our Australian side. So Peppy, oh so smart right there, making that one happen. Really going to show experience is the best teacher from time to time. And as we've seen before, he is really part of the AU region. He's been part of the scene for quite a while, really participating in those old school WCS qualifiers and the like, and adding up to his repertoire there. Although a lot of things to prove into this bracket, and this is the ESL ANZ Champs qualifier number 2 for the SEA ANZ region for DreamHack Masters Fall. So this time though, we are finally going to get the Roach Warren here up online for Peppy. He's going to be starting things off. Queen though will be going for the long march, and this has to be very carefully done by Neutrals again. He has to go for the Desperation Wall of Evo Chambers. He is going to get that Spine Crawler up and running as well. And for the time being, he's going to be looking to reinforce with those Lings so far. Still though, Neutrals has done a pretty good job at actually trying to come back in terms of the worker counts. And the best thing Peppy can do right now might be to go for a third base and keep up his momentum, because he has a lot of map control against Neutrals, forcing out 3 of these Evo Chambers to go up and running. And you don't usually see a Zerg get triple upgrades from the get-go. But Neutrals, man, this guy is hungry for blood, and he is just going at it yet again. Wants to go to the south side. Was spotted though by the Overlords, and we'll see if he can get a pick off or two. But Intel is going to be the best thing Neutrals can do right now, because he doesn't really know as of yet that his opponent has this Roach War, and he is going to be going for it. So just in case, since it is the 6-minute mark already. And the thing about Neutrals, he's going to be working from in behind, so every small pick that he can do will really help out in the long run. In any case though, Peppy is already on Lair Tech and good to go. Here in the meantime, Neutral is going to be lagging on behind here. It seems like the story of this game so far is after that initial bounce, Peppy is just one step ahead of his opponent. Can he keep it up though in that same vein? What can neutrals do? That's going to be the real question here. He's going to be going for the extractor again, and there's going to be 4 of them on the board here for neutrals so far. Peppy going to be having the same, and we'll be going for that third base already. So we move on to our second stage of the brawl, from the Lynx to the Roaches. We'll see if the acid is going to be enough, because neutrals though looking to poke around, and Peppy's already in position to defend so far with these queens. A lot of energy on these queens, and something to note, Peppy has been on point with those transfusions so far. But speaking of Peppy, with 9 roaches coming our way, neutrals has to be ready to reinforce yet again. There are queens, there are roaches coming in behind of the Evo chamber. He is going to be going for that +1 as well. Seems like though I've woken on up, and we are going to be getting into a little more of a standard game here, ladies and gentlemen. I really did not expect that first round series to be all that aggression, all that cheese, and make that a quick and easy way to get a sunny side start to your day. But this is Peppy right now, going over to the east side, looking to hamper this hatchery as well. Zergling still looking to go into the front line first, but Peppy has so many roaches, and I don't think neutrals can really hold this one unless Peppy is going to be taking too much DPS in the first place. Neutrals holding his ground, and there we go with Peppy though having numbers advantage, getting the blow on up. That +1 really playing the dividends there from the get-go from Peppy so far. And even though neutrals has his own, it's still going to be enough pressure to force Peppy back into the end. So from one step, we go into the second one, and Ravager's going to be next on the list. That extra DPS from the Baal going to be a good way to add on up with that spell casting. And this is going to be neutral still trying to stay on to the north side, but there we go with the Baal already forcing the roaches to back on out yet again. And the thing to note though is it is almost double the army count right now of Peppy versus neutral. So another hatchery going to be going on down here for neutrals. Not going to be able to set up that third base as of yet. As we said, going to be on the back foot so far. And really just hurts to see neutrals right now struggling against his opponents. Hasn't really been a big misplay there from neutrals, except that full throw pull. He felt like he needed that one to try and stay alive against the initial full timing of Peppy. And just goes to show that experience, that increased pedigree, really adding on up on the build order and making a big difference. Peppy though, sticking on the south side so far, looking to just keep his forces alive. And this is just basically forcing neutrals to respond in kind. Peppy is still ahead on the worker count, and with 3 base up and running, that's going to be a big thing. But it's going to be Overlord drops onto the main base. There we go with Roaches getting the DPS on. And this is just going to be free pickings and tidings here from Peppy so far. In behind all of this is going to be the main force already marching on over to the natural wall. And this Evo chamber out in front going to be going on down very soon. No, Peppy though going to be backing on out. And he's just juggling and jiggling here left and right, waiting for something more to happen. And neutral's going to be walking onto the outside just to die. A lot of a concave here from Peppy. I love he takes the west side there to add things up. Neutrals though forcing the retreat of the Australian Zerg. But the damage has been done. A bait and switch on the low ground doesn't really work out. And these roaches are having a field day here, ladies and gentlemen. They are still alive, and they will survive in the Overlord. PG called! Peppy will take that first victory. And even though neutrals did a really good job at holding into the front line there, Peppy doing some economical damage in behind and making it happen, gets that victory with the initial attack. There you go, guys. That is game number 1, and Peppy showing on up and making it happen. Top 10 in his country for good reason, and parts of Legacy Esports for the long haul with just how he's been playing it out. Always on the up and up, and even with that latency disadvantage, he just shows up and makes it happen. So for our second map, I believe it is for our next one, and then Pillars of Gold will be third. So here you go, guys. Gonna be getting into our map pool again, and Peppy with that victory there. Both sides going for pool first, but unfortunately for neutrals, just unable to stay up, as well as that whole drone pull. I think he was just a little too scared of what Peppy brought to the table there. And it seems like Peppy is okay to stay on that region. We'll be looking to go into this one. And whenever neutrals is ready, we can get into Eternal Empire. Will we see the same old aggression as well? Will we see the pull first from both sides? It seems like both of our Zerg players here love to play the aggressor, love to be the ones going for the munches, but Peppy has shown that he has been a cut above so far from the get-go. Although it can be anyone's game, it can be anyone's time. And we are here on the south side of the bracket, guys. On the north side, if you're looking for that one, you can check out exclamation point coverage to check out the Crankly Ducklings stream. But anyway, we are going to be getting into our second game, and let us head on over to Eternal Empire. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are at it again, map number 2. Coming our way this time, and this is going to be a classic. Eternal Empire has been eternal in the ladder pool, and it is just going to be a good time all around. Old school map, you can really see it has a lot of space to work with. It has that S-band, very, very familiar to some maps from years prior. And of course, those little caverns and crevices, you can put some air units in to surprise your opponents. But introducing first the man ahead by 1 already, representing Legacy Esports here. It is going to be our Green Zerg from Australia. It is Peppy. And his opponent here on the top right, the one looking to make the Sea Hopeful stay alive on the south side of the bracket. It is going to be our Blue Zerg down by 1. It is Neutrals. Like I said before, I knew Neutral's more of a community man rather than a pro player itself, and it really seeing him get some victories here and there always makes me a happy lad, because it just goes to show that no matter what, we're seeing some growth here from our player base in every shape and form. But in any case though, it seems like Hatchery here gonna be going online for Neutrals, but he does go for the pool first immediately. In the meantime, here for Peppy on the other side, he starts things off with the Hatchery, so macro focus this time from our Green Zerg. Interesting note, yeah, Peppy has taken the color of Neutrals. Usually he's on that Green Zerg, but hey, you know, it's the same color. Might as well play the defaults instead. Extractor gonna be going online here. And what's planned here for Neutrals? He goes for this pool first, he goes for 2 Zerglings immediately. Will he just be going for scouting here and there? What kind of cycles, what kind of reinforcements will we get from Neutrals so far? Because from what I see from him, he does like getting that metabolic boost ASAP. Goes for the extractor, he puts 3 of these drones inside. And he will get that queen up online to get the spawn larva on as well. But when you go for the pool first and you still want to focus on your economy, you can go for the earlier queen, get that larva on. I still am a bigger fan of hatchery first myself. But it is what it is, and we'll see right now what it is all about. Because it seems like Neutrals will get his second base up and running, and he is just going to be basically going to be there, going to be looking to play the macro so far. Peppy, in the meantime, though, looking around for anything cheeky on a map like Eternal Empire. It seems like here for Neutrals, at the very least, going to be staying to try and get rid of this Overlord so far. Still, though, Peppy has been showing up with full force, and he's going to be going for his own metabolic boost. In the meantime, seems like Neutrals is the one lagging behind on the meta there, because he didn't go for the extractor as quick as can be. So for Peppy, even though he got the later pool, he is very confident with that gas, and he's even going for the 3rd base as of now. This is really a man who knows his macro. This is really a man who knows his build orders. And at the very least, he is looking to expand to the best degree. Although with the upgrade going online, what's the plan here for Neutrals? He sets up the initial ZBZ wall, which is the Roach Warren, as well as the Evo Chamber in front of his second base. Peppy though gonna scout things out, already running all around, exposing his speed, and you can see how quick he can truly go in the first place. Vroom vroom goes these lings, and they are on 5th gear by this point. All the scouting that they need and more. It's like Peppy feeling very confident, knowing exactly what Neutrals is up to. Information wins wars, being Nesto up and running here for Peppy. And the thing he can do is actually be surprising with these Banelings. It seems like though we saw Neutrals actually spot that one. Now Distraction Force though gonna be out in front. And this is gonna be Peppy right now getting slammed onto the main mineral line. Gets 6 of these drones. It's a big hurting there for Neutrals. And Peppy gonna be able to infiltrate as of yet. It seems like one of these queens going on down. 10 drones have gone down in essence. And what an attack there from Peppy. Getting the sneaky lings on. And Neutrals is gonna be hurting yet again from the get-go. So this has been the problem neutral so far. He's just unable to really deal with one screen at a time in an instance like this. Wasn't paying attention to those banelings even though he spotted it out. And even though he does have some real good timings here and there, Peppy is just looking a little scarier so far. But there is still a big chance here for neutrals. He got the Roach Warren up and running, so he can get a few earlier roaches into this one. Down to the worker count though, means he might need to reinvest onto the drones just to keep the economy alive. It seems like right now, this is going to be Neutrals going for the punches and the kicks right there. Bailing though from Peppy, going to be making sure that that attack will be mitigated ASAP. Neutrals trying to control these links to get that bailing, but it's, oh my god, ring around Rosie. Peppy trying to give chase, no speed though on to the banelings, and with the Zerglings just running on away, Neutrals able to survive for the time being. Speeding off the Ascent, you know, that creep also helping out neutrals there. But here comes Peppy right now, getting the surround on to not only the Lings as well as the Roaches. And this is just oh so good here for Peppy so far. Initial strike first there from neutrals, gonna be going on down. Here we go though with more of these Roaches, getting the cleanup crew on. But this is value here for Peppy. Those Lings making a big difference, paying for themselves and more. As of now, it seems like neutrals is the one investing on a ground-based composition. He's going to be going for that +1, and I did see Peppy actually go for a spar for a little bit, but he did cancel it out, feeling the heat, feeling the pressure, and knows that he has to reinforce his lines instead. Spawn Crawler is going to be going on up here, as well as the third base, but neutrals has a pretty substantial force actually. It's twice the army count right now, and even though Peppy is ahead by 20 workers, this can still be a lot of hurting here. Drones already pulled from the third base. 12 drones have gone down on Peppy's side, and neutrals adding on with the aggression, adding on to the forces, but it has to be very careful because Peppy is reinforcing the lines with a good number of roaches. So initial bat there from neutrals, pretty good. Solid onto that third base, getting 12 of these drones. Will he still go for more? Will he feel the greed and will he feel the heat there? Trying to make a difference right now, but staying a little too long for my liking because these Spine Crawlers are going to be going on up, and every single poke adds up to the DPS. Still, these are a lot of roaches here from neutrals, and he has a 20 army counts lead. Peppy will need to hold the line to the best degree. Unfortunately, no keys to get the transfusion on, but neutrals is hurting here as well. And seems like Peppy right now going to be holding the line for the time being. A few more drones going to be into play here. And what is the plan here for Peppy? At least he still keeps up with a Spine Crawler here. Neutrals though in the meantime going for a little bit more on the east side, and this man from Malaysia really not letting up whatsoever, but he has to be very careful here. He's running out these roaches so far, and even though he still has that army lead, I'd love to see him just use his advantage, use his opening to finally get back on the macro department. But the thing to note though, you know, the players don't see these numbers, and just from looking at how this game is going so far, if Peppy can get one more cycle, he can actually hold in terms of position. He did bring those Spine Crawlers though from the natural over to the third base, and there we go with Peppy right now trying to go for the left-right concave on again. Neutral's gonna get caught in the middle, monkey in the middle, make that roaches in the middle here, but Neutral's adding on more of these roaches to try and add in the reinforcements. Queen gonna get caught out in the open, and Neutral's trying to decide what he wants to go on first. Can he go for the Roach Warren and shut down any kind of roach production? It seems like that's the case here, and that is going to be goodbye to those gas-intensive units. Here we go, Neutral still backing on out so far, and he has done his job and more. He has the tech advantage. On all he needs to do now is add things up to his collection, but surprise, Peppy has done something in behind. He has finally decided to go for the worthwhile play and say, okay, this guy has way too many roaches. I'm going for Muta, I'm going to be up in the air, and I'm going to be getting free damage so far. Good positioning there for Peppy as well, reinforcing his Spine Crawlers with the roaches. And here comes the first bat out of hell, and oh my, neutrals will see this coming and say, okay, what do I do now? This is what you can call, guys, free real estate. It's literally this Glaive Worm Strike eventually getting the kill onto the roach. Now, the fact of the matter is, it will take quite a while, and neutrals can do something like that to make the roaches into ravagers, but that is still added DPS for free, and this can actually turn the tides in favor of Peppy so far. He's staying onto the high ground yet again, trying to do a little bit more one more time, and that's Spine Crawler. The Muta's just adding things up. It's like a sum of all of these parts, and neutrals trying to stay alive, but Peppy still in position, and this is going to be the Green Zerg right now, looking to stay on this third base. Goodbye to the Roach Squadron. And neutrals right now gonna be hurting yet again. Will he call it here? Because these mutas are coming. GG, well played. Perfect tech switch from Peppy at the right moment. And our Australian side moves on to the quarterfinals of the lower parts of the brackets. There you go, guys. Peppy wins it at 2-0. And I gotta say, very impressed there from Peppy and how he defended that one. I really feel like if Neutrals just knew what was going on, if he knew that he could have actually went for the economy there, that could have been the best thing, and go for that third base, maybe go for some Hydras if he wants to play a ground-based composition. But as I said before, he just doesn't know those numbers, and a little too eager to go for the killing blow onto that third base. But it's a really good damage. I gotta commend what Neutrals did in that game. And Peppy, though, overall, just being a little bit of the better player, a little more refined in his play. Neutral is gonna be looking back at those games and say, okay, I could have done this a little better, but he can be proud of his performance there, especially on Eternal Empire. Holding the lines, just need to be careful, though, of those economic strikes, especially on the main base. But that's going to be it for the series. 2-0 there for Peppy, winning it out. No need for Pillars of Gold. And that has been round number 2. So we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned, stick around. This is the ESL ANZ Champs Qualifiers number 2.